Hello, my dear students. How are you today? I hope you are well. We reached today the last part of our lesson. What is sound? We will have a quick revision before we answer the lesson review questions in your books. So, our objectives are you will explain how sound energy is produced and you will recall the effect of sound on the objects that it hits. Let's start our revision now, my dear, with those 4 questions that I prepared for you. Those questions summarize the main ideas of our lesson. So focus with me and let's start with the first question. It says, list 3 sources of sound energy. We know, my dear, that sound energy is a kind of energy that we hear. And there are many objects around us that produce sound energy. Think of a radio, a TV, a drum, a bell, and many others. I chose here those 3 objects: the xylophone, the whistle, and the horn. You can choose any other 3 objects that can produce sound energy. Our second question for today. Look at this picture. Look, my dear, how this mobile phone moves. Part A of this question says, what is this movement called? And part B, what is the effect of this movement? So here, the movement of the mobile phone is the cause, and we have to think what it will do. What is the effect that this movement has? Let's answer together now. Look at the picture again. The phone moves back and forth quickly. Can you see, my dear? What do we call this movement? We call it vibration, right? Now, part B. The cause is the vibration of this mobile phone. What will this vibration produce, my dear? We know that it will produce sound. So the answer is for part A, the mobile phone moves back and forth quickly. So its movement is called vibration. And for part B, if the cause is the mobile phone vibrates, the effect will be that it will produce sound. I hope it's clear, my dear. Let's move to question number 3. Look at this picture now and explain what's happening here. As we see, my dear, the boy is hitting the drum. This hitting will cause vibration, and the vibration will produce sound. This sound will travel and reach our ears so that we can hear it. So here the answer is, when the boy hits the drum, it will cause vibrations. Those vibrations produce sound that we will hear. The last question for today, my dear. Look at this picture again and think what will happen as this boy talks. Those sprinkles, my dear, are very light. So when the boy talks, especially if he talks loudly, his sound will cause vibrations. So those sprinkles will vibrate and move. So, my dear, our answer here, when the boy talks, his sound will cause the sprinkles to vibrate or to move. Now, my dear, you revised the main ideas of the lesson and you are ready to answer the book questions. Open your book, page 510, and start answering the lesson review questions you have. Please, my dear, take your time to think of each question before you go to the answers that I included already in the PowerPoint presentation. Thank you for your time, my dear, and see you next week with a new interesting lesson. Bye bye.